Hello everyone, my name is Mario Brown and today I will be giving a presentation on my 2K games proposal. This is just some of the contents that I will be covering in this presentation. 2K Games have always been a major gaming company in today's gaming world. In this certain situation, 2K Games find themselves coming out with a new video game that will be available for all gaming platforms. The current issue in this situation is the fact that this game will be a sequel to a game by the name of BattleBorn. This new title will be called BattleBorn Heroes Edition. The problem is they do not have no marketing strategy put in place which would bring a group of potential buyers. Therefore, they contact us to help them with the problem. The solution that was suggested was to try to create a digital-first marketing strategy by implementing either one or some of the social media platforms. A little background about 2K Games. They are known as a major company in the video gaming industry. They have managed some of the most creative, respected, and premium brands in gaming today. 2K have also been around since 2005 and creates different games for all the major platforms. Now 2K find themselves with another challenge that they must try to overcome with their sequel to BattleBorn. This game was once a great game a few years ago and was loved all across the gaming nation. When it comes to a release of brand new titles, it is always hard to try to grab the attention of the target audience. You may be asking yourself why, but let's think about it for a second. The gaming world is huge with different gaming companies steadily releasing new titles throughout the year. Knowing which social media platforms to implement is never easy when there are so many to choose from. In this case, we needed a message that appeals to every gamer or would-be gamer. So the big question is, how do we engage people with a game they have never heard of and a gameplay design they have never even seen before? After asking myself that question and giving it some thought, the solution became clear and simple. We knew that we needed to try to reach the target audience. And once we reached them, we also needed to educate our audience on the many exciting aspects of the game. Aspects such as the gameplay design and the many different characters one can select from. In what way could we demonstrate these features? Through a social media marketing campaign. The method that we decided to implement was to implement a social media advertising for those which argued that regardless of who or what you like or dislike, play or feel, there's a character or game mode in this title that matches you. Now we knew the problem, had a solution as well as a method in mind in which way we wanted to go with this. We began putting the motions in action by first working on the production plan. In this production plan, I managed to put some objectives together as to what I wanted to achieve within this plan. For one, being able to bring awareness about this new title was at the top of the list. Bringing awareness on the right platform will lead to so many other benefits for 2K Games. With the production plan all figured out, the next process was the operational process. And again, the strategy here was to put together a well-put advertising campaign which will help bring awareness to the public about this new game. Putting together a well-put advertising campaign will help bring awareness to the public about 2K Games' sequel game, which is called BattleBorn Heroes Edition. This will also increase sales at release, since many audience will be targeted through social media. I just want to let everyone know that we are getting closer to the end of this presentation now, so you all do not have to keep looking at this beautiful face. The next plan stage is the action plan, and if you haven't guessed it yet, I, Mario Brown, with the handsome face, will be the one creating the designs for this marketing advertising campaign. For anyone who would like to see the actual advertising process, look no further. Here I included a great diagram that would paint a picture in your minds as to what steps are being taken in this process. I did my research here, and through that research, one of the important things I found out was there are a lot of social media platforms out there, and boy do I mean a lot. People say Facebook knows more about us than we do. Funny thing is, Facebook still thinks I have friends. But on a serious note, I was able to find out that most of our competition and other gaming companies find success through using Facebook or Instagram channels to advertise their games. These two channels are some of the most used platforms around the world from a social media aspect. To help me focus and get aligned on a more specific challenge to take on, I worked through some design activities such as creating a proto persona that I named Kid Dynamite. This document described the kinds of games I believe he enjoys playing, made assumptions also about his gaming motivations, and jotted down some broad ideas about how he might be exposed to new games. Here I also created a customer journey map. This map will display different stages that I believe the user will go through from beginning to end, and will give me, the designer, a better look as to how I can go about bringing awareness to the target audience by looking at the process that a customer may go through. I also wanted to include some lighting demos for everyone to look at. The goal for this exercise was to generate a pool of ideas that I could later use to produce the solutions. These sketches I think could help me decide as to what is the best way to bring awareness about this new and upcoming video game through a digital first marketing campaign using a social media platform. Here I provided two sketches from a desktop view as well as a mobile phone view. After sketching my lighting demos, my goals next was to take those ideas and create a storyboard. Using that storyboard, I would be able to figure out which ideas had the best chance of achieving the long-term goal. The goal was to be able to choose the best social media platforms that I thought would bring awareness to the target audience as well have a great effect to the sales rate for the new releasing game. Once I've created a well-put storyboard, my next plan in the process was to take that storyboard and create a prototype that would be put in front of random users who can test it. The goal here was to collect the feedback from the users and decide about the next steps that I wanted to take with this marketing campaign. After conducting this test and gaining feedback from users, I concluded that choosing Facebook and Instagram platforms are the best route to go if I wanted to reach a huge audience presence when promoting BattleBorn Heroes Edition. Here I included some images created from a Facebook aspect. As you can see, picture you browsing through your Facebook timeline, and from the side view, some ads catch your eye. Here we see BattleBorn Heroes Edition, and the image design looks very interesting. So we clicked on it to be taken to an actual post, and from there learn more about the game, as well as see comments from other users who are also interested. We have all been there, saw something that caught our eye, and we wanted to learn more about that certain thing. I know some may be wondering, well, Mr. Brown, what do the timeline look like for this project? And I will tell you, ideally, we would like to start planning 1 month in advance of the launch date. This campaign might be 2 weeks long, and as you look at the slide, you can notice the breakdown as to how we like to go about the different stages in this process. In closing, we found BattleBorn Heroes Edition has the best chance of reaching its target audience by implementing Facebook and Instagram as its main social media marketing platforms because they bring in the most audience presence to reach out to. Thank you for your time and for listening.